So this is going to run roughly from the 15th to the 31st. I usually aim for symmetry, and since we have like 31 days in this year, I'll give you about 2 weeks or so, okay? So let's see what we have here. Lots of cards coming out and lots of water signs that you're interacting with. Okay, so I have the Two of Coins. What's crossing the Two of Coins here is the Knight of Cups. In the past position, we have the Queen of Cups. Moving forward, King of Coins. This is quite interesting. So a lot of you are juggling two people. A lot of you might be in situations where you are involved in love triangles as well, because we do have the Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the King of Coins. Okay, so two male figures, one woman. And I don't get into gender specifics. I don't get into like gender specificity, but I do feel we have two pentacles sign, and two water signs. So it's a little bit of a troublesome energy. So let's just look at this situation because not to worry. I do feel financially you are going to reach the apex of your earning potential for this month, and I do feel quite a bit of money is coming through for you and quite a lot of success. Okay, so this is being in the spotlight with the Six of Wands, getting the accolades, getting the recognition that you want. Okay, however, the only danger here is that I do feel for a lot of you, in order to get the money that you want, you are going to have to either like take on a project that you're not entirely sure about. At the same time, there might be a way in which your supervisors, your employers want you to do something a specific way that is not jiving very well with the way that you want to handle the project, okay? I do feel that in general, communication is going to be a little bit problematic in terms of, you have to curb your communication, or you have to like do things based on the mandates under the directions of somebody else. So there is very little room for creativity. It's more about precision and doing things exactly the way somebody else dictated them to you. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Okay, so we have the Two of Coins, which overall indicates to me possibly like it's juggling two things. Okay, so this can be relationship partners. It can also be in general, when it comes to relationship partners, a lot of you might be dealing with a water sign or an earth sign. And an earth sign is, you know, a fellow Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. Water signs are Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I do feel the water sign is from your past, okay? For a lot of you, a water sign is somebody from your past, because we have the Queen of Cups also showing up in the past position. This water sign has moved on with their life. I do feel there is a new love interest in their life. So if you are at all trying to get back, or if there is still communication between the two of you, you're starting to realize that they've moved on with their life, and it's they're having they're having emotional problems with their love life at the present moment. So you might feel like, you might feel inclined to step in and rekindle things, on the off chance that the problems that they have with their significant other is going to escalate into possibly a breakup. So it's kind of like something that you're hoping for. I do feel for a lot of you, or at least you're hoping to rekindle things with the other person. However, I do feel that it's not going to work out in the way that you'd hope. Okay, so I don't sense that they're going to break up. I do feel that they're going to stay together, and they're going to get through this rough patch together. So if you have the intentions of going in and swooping in and saving the day, or at least being the shoulder to cry on and hoping to rekindle things, it's not going to work out exactly that way that you'd hope. Okay, so keep that in mind. There is an external figure in the environment, if you are trying to get back with your ex. Okay, so across the board, I do feel exes in general, leave them behind, move on with your life, because you're in a very good position right now. I mentioned this for the monthly reading. So the planet Jupiter, which is the luckiest planet, or it's the planet of luck, very, very good position right now to gain a new lease on life, on love, and to find long-term committed relationships. And you're also in a good position to reap a lot of financial rewards on the work front, or getting a lot of recognition on the work front. So life is on the upswing for you. Okay, so move on with your life. Don't go back with exes, and find something that is better for you. It's going to be a really phenomenal time to be a Virgo. So everyone is envious of this placement. So don't get yourself stuck in the past. Just move on, move forward. I do feel what's crowning you here is the moon, which is a lot of clarity. In the moon in the reverse position indicates in general that the period of deception is coming to an end. There's a lot of clarity. There's a lot of situationally, a lot of information is coming about where where you stand with your ex. You know what's happening to them. You know who's in their picture. You know who's dating whom, and everything is coming together. The whole picture is being revealed to you. Okay, so there was a major transformation happening, like the very beast, to the name of everybody that's going on, that's around your circle. So you know that your ex is probably seeing somebody else, and this is the time in which you finally run into the other person. So I do feel a lot of clarity is coming through, and as a result, you do feel, as a result, at least you're getting a lot of closure. Okay, so for those of you who are juggling two people, though, who are like socially dating, who are juggling two people, who might have lingering attachments with an ex, where you're separated but you're not exactly divorced, and there might be two properties where you're kind of like, you have your own house, and your ex has their own property, and you're like commuting back and forth and sharing living quarters with one another, and there's an element of geographical distance between your house and their house. I do feel that in general, for those of you juggling multiple people or socially dating, I do sense, for those of you who are seeing women, I do feel like a main man is going to be in the picture, and you're realizing to yourself, okay, she's dating somebody else, so I'm going to remove myself from her life. Okay, whereas for those of you who are dealing with dating other men, you might be like a Virgoing woman dating other men. I do sense, at least, you have a lot of romantic part. There are basically suitors, lining up at your door, and they're trying to. You at least have two. I do feel like a water sign and an earth sign for women, Virgoing women. I know this is so confusing, but I'm trying to split up the messages. So for Virgoing women, I do feel earth signs and water signs both coming through for you. And I do feel that the water sign, there is great magnetic attraction. Okay, but there is a little bit of dishonesty associated with the water sign, so just be very careful for Virgoing women. For the if you are thinking about dating the earth sign, I do feel the earth sign is going to be more beneficial for you. Okay, so keep that in mind. The water sign might be a little bit shifty. I do feel like a sketch energy about them. I do feel like there might be questions that are evaded, You might ask them important questions, they evade your questions, or they distract you with something else, and it was never properly addressed. If you're dealing with a dodgy character, just be very careful, okay? So there's a lot of busyness, there's a lot of suitors, there's a lot of dating in your midst. And I do sense as well, the advice here is the Temperance card in the reverse position. You're juggling two people, and it's not the right thing for you to do, because ultimately, you know, between the two of them, you know who's right for you. Okay, you want the one that's more stable, and the stable one is the one that is always there. So you know who it is already, but there's a very strong emotional bond with the water sign. There's also a very, very strong physical chemistry, mainly because they're so different from you. So it's just opposite attracts, you know. And a lot of people say like earth and water mix mud. So it's gooey. It's something that you can't really cleanly extract yourself from. So that's why, you know, there's a very magnetic pull. And I do feel that it's a little bit problematic for you to extract yourself from the water sign. Okay, so moving forward, I do feel that the advice here is, you know, drop one and cut your losses, okay? Because one relationship feels very stuck and the other relationship feels very fruitful. So, you know, don't waste your time. As for your external environment here, we do have the star. And the star is in the upright position, which indicates to me a lot of success, a lot of like dreams coming true. When it comes to people that you're encountering people of a very high caliber. And I think a lot of it has to be said for, you know, Jupiter entering your sign, where it's kind of like wish fulfillment is happening. But it's not like, you know, winning the lottery. This is happening to the people around you, the people that are coming into your life, because I do feel you're attracting higher caliber, high vibrational people, people that know what they want, who are successful, who are like, you know, mid-career professionals who already have a solid foundation when it comes to life and work experiences, if you're thinking about partnering up with them or seeking employment with them. And then on the dating front, you're attracting a lot of people who are financially well off, who are, you know, emotionally mature and stable. And you're also attracting people that meet your criteria. So, you know, that checklist that you made for yourself as to your ideal love partner, I do feel that at this point it's important to just, you know, pull it out and read through it and see who is making the cut, because I do feel that, you know, within those had to compromise a lot in relationships. And in general, I do feel that you compromise a lot, okay? So if you had like a list, a criteria of all the, you know, who it is that you want to date, who it is that you want in your life, it's really important to take it out and read it over for the next 2 weeks and, you know, end the period of compromise, okay? Because you are going to get what you want. Mr. Right is coming through, and it is the King of Coins, which indicates to me, you know, like a good match for Virgoing women who are looking. You are going to get a lot of support. For those in stable relationships, you are going to get a lot of support from your love partners, and you are going to see them in a new light. So I do feel a period of like revival or a new lease on love when it comes to your current existing relationship is going to be in order. For those who are looking in general, you're at least, you know, going to meet somebody who is kind of like, who's like your, a very strong soulmate connection. I do feel a very, very strong soulmate connection. You're meeting somebody who is going, who like, you know, that checklist, you know, keep in mind that checklist. You made it years ago, but it's finally like, it takes this period of time for the universe to like have everything aligned for you both to cross paths with one another, okay? So there's a very strong indication here. I have the Six of Cups, I have the King of Coins. And these are, and I have the star all in the upright position. So these are like the what you would say, like, it's like the ideal condition when the stars are in alignment and when you're in the right emotional frame of mind, and when you're just outside looking up at the stars wishing for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. It's just the universe is conjuring up that person, and they're trying to find ways, and they've been trying to find ways within the past 3 months, I feel, for you both to like cross paths with one another. And it is going to happen. I do feel for a lot are like they're manifesting this right person for you, and I do feel it is going to be like the perfect match, and it is a very, very strong karmic fated soulmate type of connection for a lot of you. So it's looking very good. I do have the outcome here as the Six of Wands, which indicate, success overall, and it is going to be a smooth sailing type of relationship. I do feel for those of you who are going to meet the right one. I do feel like a child is going to be in the picture too. We have the Page of Coins, which is in union. You are an earth sign. Whoever you're meeting is Mr. Right, potentially a fellow earth sign. And there is going to be like a birth of something coming through, okay? So for those of you who have who are expecting, for example, I do feel that it's going to be, so don't fret over the delivery or the dates or anything like that, okay? Because your child is blessed. It's if it's going to be born the second half of this month, I do feel that it is going to be blessed with Jupiter very, very close in alignment with its with his or her sun sign. So it's a very, very good blessing here for in general for financial success much later on in life. So it's favorable. So aside from that, I do feel here that if this is not something that you're grappling with on a relationship, on the relationship front, I do feel for a lot of you, if you are looking for investors, if you're looking for opportunities to make money, I do sense that for the next 2 weeks things are going to be fabulous. Okay, so there are going to be investors, there are going to be like situations where people are offering you projects, or at least you're kind of like in the limelight, and you're reaping you're getting a lot of publicity. So somebody is going to find you because you're soaring towards great heights. Okay, so Virgos, this is a really, really good month for you. The only thing I'm sensing here is I believe I mentioned this for the weekly reading. I'm getting here the star. So, do it and do it big. Once again, that same message. But I do feel that when it comes to relationships exclusively, a lot of you know what you want to do, so don't waste your time, okay? Spend whatever time it is that you're diversifying between two people, and one person doesn't really make the cut, or that one person is not going to be in your life for the long haul. Cut your losses and devote your time to the other one, because that's going to serve you better in the long run. At the same time, by narrowing down your choices on the love front, it is going to allow you more time and more opportunities to pursue things on the financial front. So I do sense that you're going to be able to catch up with a lot of friends, colleagues, associates from your past who have you in mind for future work projects and work partnerships. So it looks very fruitful. I do feel at this present moment, okay, so I'm reading this on you're grappling with, okay, so I'm not going to lie. I do have the Five of Coins, which indicates financial troubles, and it does indicate like bankruptcy. It also indicates just, moral financial bankruptcy. So what I'm sensing here is this financial situation is definitely going to lift for you by the end of this month. So you're not going to be mired in financial troubles. I don't sense anything serious. coming to for you for the rest of this month, but I do feel that a lot more income generating potential is coming through in terms of projects, and they're coming in from other people. So some, the work that you've been doing very, very diligently in the past is starting to pay off dividends, okay? So people are keeping you in mind for projects mainly because they know you are a man or woman of your words. You do things very diligently and you are very result oriented. And you're very like meticulous and you have good work ethics across the board. You're very perfectionistic. So they're keeping you in mind for all these work projects. And I do feel that they are going to cycle back in with work projects, with income generating potential and projects for you. So you don't have to worry about your financial situation. At the same time, I do feel like for those of you who are looking for like a big payout, like a loan, there is going to be an angel investor coming through and helping you with a large sum of money. Okay, there is a person bringing a gift here. So it can be in work, it can be in finance, and it can be in love. And either way, a lot of luck and expansion is coming through for you. A lot of you, I do feel, circulate about. A lot of you are going to come across a Mr. Right, okay, Mr. or Mrs. Right, whoever it is that your soul has been yearning for, you want that. I do feel like it's a Two of Cups type of energy, okay? This is somebody that you might have had like a very, very strong past life connection with. And I do feel as well, it's one of those relationships where it's like there is great balance and in the give and take between two people, but the people are different enough where this relationship is interesting, so you complement each other very well. You respect each other. There's a great deal of like it being a perfect match in every way. It's a very harmonious, very physically exciting relationship. So get out there and circulate. But even if I were to say like circulate about, I do feel this person is going to cross your path, okay? If not this month, then I do feel it is going to be next month. And it's the beginning of the whole, Venus retrograde, but also Jupiter in your sign. So it's going to bring about a lot of expansion, and at least a lot of you will get to narrow down your choices when it comes to, love situations. So I do feel that whoever that you're coming across next, I do sense that it is going to be in a big event, okay? So there is an element of, I'm sensing here like it's almost like a work type of situation where there's like a work party, but it's in a, I do feel semi-formal to formal environment. So this is a situation where it's not like, you're out socializing at a bar and you run across each other. It's a little bit more sophisticated than that. Not that there's anything wrong with meeting, people at a bar, but I do feel that the way that you meet is very, very faded in that, an event is planned to happen and everyone is invited and everyone has to like RSVP. So there's an element of fadedness to it. So it requires like I mentioned, it's like the universe conjuring things up and allowing the perfect opportunity for two people. What are the odds that two people can ever run into each other? So it requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of manifestation, and it requires a lot of like just synchronicity, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Like serendipity, synchronicity for two people who've never met each other, who might like live in opposite ends of the world. One person comes to study abroad, for example, and the other person, is attending the same school. A lot of things have to be in place. So it's sort of like you've been wanting this person for quite some time. A lot of you have ended like very serious relationship because they didn't work out, and you worked at it, and you were like hitting a brick wall, and you moving forward, you want it, that perfect person. And it's just the universe is like trying to find a way to make this person, I guess, to create this person for you, or at least to allow this perfect person to cross your path. And it takes a long time, but the universe wants it to be perfect. So the timing is perfect right now when you have a lot of luck and expansion in your sign, okay? And I know this reading is unnecessarily long, but I do feel that a lot of good luck is coming your way and the right opportunity to meet the right person. So once again, let go of your exes, move forward with your life, and pursue the new person that is coming through. I do feel that there's going to be a very strong sense connection, like a strong soul connection. So it's sort of like, um, feeling as if you've known each other forever, even though you've just met. Okay, so it's a beautiful energy. I do hope that a lot of you just get out there, mingle, circulate, accept all invitations that come your way. I also want to say, for those of you who are in stable relationships, I do feel as well, don't drop your partner, especially like earth and earth signs in general. I do feel those couples are very, very stable at this point, and at least there's going to be a lot of a new lease into your love situation. So like a revival in love between the two of you. Okay, so take care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon. If you would like a private reading, please let me know via email. My email address is temperatestar@gmail.com. My website can also be found in the description box below. And I just want to say as well that your birthday is coming up after the 21st. So happy early birthday. I hope you accept all invitations and, keep an open mind, because I know that you are a stickler for things. So keep an open mind when it comes to dating and when it comes to like accepting invitations to circulate and move about, and be open-minded on the social front as well, okay? So don't get judgmental. You might overlook the right person. So, get out there and enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself, Virgos. I'll talk to you soon.